to do with Siri, but they haven't been able to figure out how to do it yet.
Yeah.
So,
well, and also Apple's so gung-ho about privacy, and it's been the whole thing that they kind of set themselves up for failure here. Because Google's always just been like, we use your data to create magical experiences. Whereas Apple's like, we don't touch that at all. We don't look at it. We don't know what it is. It's just a random string of numbers to us.
And it's also like Apple, it's not an Apple email that you're getting. It's a Google email that you're pulling into your mail app for Apple, but Apple doesn't see that information.
Well, unless you're on iCloud or whatever.
Yeah. But it's like it's not like quite one-to-one with like what Google can offer, because Google has a calendar that you're putting events into. Google has Gmail. Google has all these other things.
Yeah, this is definitely Google at its best, like showcasing that OpenAI wishes it could be this, Apple wishes it could be this, Anthropic wishes it could be this, but Google has always been the best positioned to be able to be this agentic, as Rick Osterloh will say and try to explain to Jimmy Fallon.
I will say the calling an airline and it automatically populating like all your airline the information
in the phone app
is so nice in the phone app.
Sure.
So you're not like on speakerphone digging in your email, typing United, and Google's Gmail search sucks so bad.
Yeah, it's one of those extremely specific things that I think I'm going to love that feature.
Yes.
I often, and this is so specific because I carry two phones, like I'll go in and I'll call with one phone and I'll pull up my calendar on the other phone, and I'm like, man, this would suck if I had to do both these things on one phone. But this is like perfectly designed where it's like, okay, I can pull up the exact information I need and it's going to show it to me when I need to see it.
Yeah.
Great.
It's great because every time I have to pull up the information to talk to the agent about it, I have to either put it on speakerphone or risk not hearing them speak to me back. So it would be very nice to have it. I'm wondering if it does any of this Magic Queue stuff in any other apps, because the main two apps that they showed were Messages and the phone app. But I would love to see this in Gmail and other apps like that. It'd be cool.
We'll try it out.
I think that's probably their biggest one.
So that's Magic Queue coming to Pixel 10s at first and maybe some other stuff later. The other thing that I thought was really interesting was conversational editing. So you can use a text box to edit a photo. Instead of going into the actual tools and hitting edit and going, all right, saturation, oh, let me crop, oh, let me turn brightness up, oh, let me do all these other things. Or even some of the Magic Editor stuff, like erase the person in the background. You now have this text box that you can type into or talk to, and you can go, hey, make this photo look better and brighten it up and delete that plastic bag in his hand. And it will semantically parse what you said, understand what you said, and then take action on the photo using the tools built in, and it will do what you said. I tried a bunch of stuff. It did what I asked. I was very impressed with it.
It was very good.
You can get kind of carried away and just be like, add a hot air balloon in the photo. It'll just do it. I think that the only thing it doesn't want to do is adjust faces. So kind of the same as Magic Editor. But the fact that it understands what I'm saying and does it is really convenient and good.
And it can do a lot of local editing too. Like the demo we had, she said turn my dress red, and it just did it, and it was very, very local to her dress, which was like very surprising.
And this is like great for not people like us, but for normal people who don't know how to use Magic Eraser or don't know how to use all the different, who don't even know that there's an edit button really in there, where they can click that and just the like chat box comes up and they can just say like, could you zoom in on this a little bit and like get that dog out of the background? Like anyone can do that, and it seems pretty good.
One of the people showing us our demo said pretty much every photo they take that they care about at all, they just say, make this look better to every photo.
And just see what happens. Just it tends to just like kind of brighten things up and like crop and put your subject in the middle and just generally make it look like a better photo. It's pretty good.
On top of that, if you want to do that before you have to run it through an AI model, they now have the camera coach feature. And this is basically Gemini. It's effectively like Gemini Live, basically talking to you about what's going through your viewfinder. So if you're taking a photo of a friend or something like that and you're off center, if you're to the right, or if you haven't straightened the horizon line, things like that, it will talk to you in real time and be like, turn a little bit to your left, get a little closer to the person, do this, and kind of teaches you how to take, I guess, a better photo.
It was cool to walk through it once.
I hate this one so much.
Don't think I would ever use it again.
No, you wouldn't, because you know what you're doing.
But even if I didn't know what I was doing, like, I just feel like I'm taking a picture the way I want to take the picture. And if I wanted a coach to help me take a professional picture, by that point, I just have someone else take it for me.
Yeah, I think the people who don't care about how well framed a picture is don't care about getting coached to frame it well and just like the memory of the photo rather than the...
This is the feature for boomers for sure.
It is, but like it's slow. It takes a while to do it, and like I'm just imagining you're at, let's say, like Disney, and you're now all these parents, their kids are meeting the characters, and each parent is now doing camera coach. This line is now a 10-hour wait because each person's taking 10 minutes to like slowly listen to it and adjust and tell the kid to smile and like turn. It's, I don't know. This feels like a flop.
The pitch in the event was Alex Cooper saying, like, you no longer have to teach your, like, boyfriend or spouse or whatever how to take the perfect picture of you. Now the camera coach will teach them. Maybe that's cool. I don't know.
Is this something you have to actively turn on, or is it on by default?
Yeah, you have. There's a little button in the corner.
Because like I feel like most people wouldn't go out of their way to actively turn it on.
Yeah.
But the Pixel now already, it'll tell me you need to raise the phone higher, and I didn't ask it to tell me that.
Oh, it does that automatically?
Yeah, and it's
it does some automatic suggestions. Like if the lens is blurry too, it'll tell you to clean it off.
Yeah.
That's great. Stuff like that.
And it has the level, or you can at least have the leveling thing on, which I think is great. Some people probably just don't know what it is.
It has a nice vibration motor that vibrates when it hits the level. Yeah, it's great. And if you still are not good at taking pictures, it has an improved best take mode, which was a feature from many pixels ago, which basically samples many different moments over the course of before you took the photo and after you took the photo, and then combines different photos into one with all the best aspects of each photo.
Yeah, I think they were saying like it will either choose the photo that is the best if there is one that just... It happens to be like, this is the closest one, but we had to pull a face looking from one photo. Like it will do that.
Yeah.
And let you choose. And still, I think it'll still have the carousel of all the photos.
Yeah.
Taken, and you can.
It like highlights what it thinks the best one is, but it lets you choose between all of them. Yeah.
Also, AdMe got better. It'll do pets now.
Doom Pets.
Cool.
That's good. Yeah. Also, apparently, it works with more people.
Actually, you know what's funny? I think AdMe is probably best with pets. It takes so long. Remember how many group shots we've tried to do with the dog, and the dog is never looking at the camera?
Hold on.
Everyone else is looking at the camera, but the dog's never looking at the camera.
But that's different, though. AdMe is where you take the photo and then you swap, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, I'm going to take this photo with everyone else, and then I'm just going to get the dog. Like, there's no way I can get the dog to look at the camera, so I'm just going to do me.
Yeah. Or you take the photo of the dog, and then you...
No, I'll take the photo of everyone else, and then I'll have someone else...
Then the dog takes a photo of you.
No, yeah.
The dog takes the first photo.
I guess I'm thinking, like, I have a group shot, and I want the dog in the shot.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take the photo of everyone else, and then I'm going to have someone, take the picture with me, so we got all the people, and then I'm just going to do the dog.
Yeah.
Because the dog is going to be distracted in some way, so I can just focus on getting the dog to look.
I think they need dog face swap.
I think they might have.
I hope Next Pixel 11.
They're going to have it soon.
Because of all these AI features, I do want to note they did not say this in the keynote, but this is the first phone to integrate C2PA content credentials into the phone. If you don't know what that is, we made a video on the studio channel about it like 2 years ago with the Leica M11P. We talked about content credentials.
What's the 5-second TLDR?
5-second TLDR is that there is a metadata history of every edit that has been made to the image, and you're able to see all the changes that were made. So because all these AI features are being integrated into these photos, now there is a trail that you can follow back, unless someone takes a screenshot, and then you're screwed. So, updated pano mode supports the 5x lens. There's a new feature called Take a Message, and they were talking about, we all get phone calls sometimes, unfortunately, and when you don't answer them, and then people leave a voicemail, you never read the voicemail. And this is why listen to the voicemail. Mm-hmm. This is why visual voicemail even became a thing.
It's great.
Yeah, visual voicemail is amazing, where it transcribes the message. Now, not only will it transcribe it, but it'll also send it to you in a message. Yeah. Is that what it was?
It's just one more step, so I can treat it like a message and actually get to it instead of being like, I wonder what voicemails I have.
Yeah,
because I don't like to check voicemail.
Absolutely not. Notebook LM is now native on the phone.
Pre-installed app. It's another little piece of bloatware for you.
Yeah.
Little Notebook LM.
Yeah, that if you don't know what Notebook LM is, it's that Google AI app where you can basically feed it a bunch of different sources of information like documents and stuff, and then you can ask it to make you like tests about things, and it will create an AI podcast. There's a very funny YouTube video where the two AI podcasters just say they talk about a document that just says pee pee poo poo about 100,000 times, and they get really philosophical about it. It's very funny.
And that's interesting you bring that up because pee pee poo.
It's pretty much that way. Yeah. We will link that in the show notes.
Yeah.
Also, Pixel Journal. They didn't even mention this in the keynote.
It's true.
What they did mention in the keynote is that they're trying to make it as easy as possible to switch over from an iPhone, and
That's what this is about.
I think the only reason they made this was because I don't actually know anyone who uses the iPhone Journal app, but if you do, I think that they're just trying to make it so that it's as seamless as physically possible.
This is kind of the sneaky, low-key reason for a lot of things that happen in the smartphone world, where it looks like they're copying each other, but a lot of it is just companies trying to give an equivalent experience on their own device to make it easier for people to switch.
Yeah.
So if any one of these things is an ecosystem wall, I would switch, but I like the Journal app and there's no Journal app on this other phone.
Right.
Well, okay, we made a Journal app and we have some googly stuff in it, so now will you switch? They just try to offer as many equivalent experiences as they can.
Yeah.
And this is a pretty blatant example of that,
For sure.
I think.
Yes.
Can we go into Ellis's tinfoil hat corner for a sec?
Of course.
Ooh.
Would love to.
What's up, Joe Rogan?
Yeah, what's up? My name is, no, I'm not going to make that.
Ellis Rogan?
Oh my God.
I'm here all week.
The first trivia point is on the board. No, I always thought that the Apple Journal app was because Apple has access to lots of information about you, right? They have access to where you go and how many steps you took to get there. And if you use Apple Maps, they have access to what your favorite modes of transportation are. And if you wear an Apple Watch, they have access to a bunch of your biometric data. And a lot of that data is like anonymized and it's not really shared cross-platform. But one of the things that they did not have access to was what was in your brain because of the way iMessages was structured. They couldn't really like get into your thoughts and tell how you're feeling and stuff like that.
Because of encryption.
And so Apple Journal gave them access to how you're feeling. And I have, I don't use Apple Journal, but I've always suspected that at your health data and your journal data and your location data are sort of blended together to learn more things about you to help make future predictive things that are not deployed yet. Google does look and often sells all of your stuff.
Yeah.
And they also, I don't think, read your text messages yet. I don't think they do. So this is just a way that they can get you to forfeit how you're feeling about certain things.
Well,
I haven't read the Pixel Journal terms of service and their privacy agreement yet, but I'm going to because I suspect this is so that they can
I think
sell you stuff.
It's like your big sister reading your journal, except it's a $1 trillion company.
I think this was they did actually have a line, and I want to go back and make sure I get it right about how they're going to treat this data, because they did make a pretty big point to me about the privacy of the data in the Journal app.
That's true.
With Apple, I don't really know what they would do with that information because they don't sell ads. So there's that. But
They do have advertising.
if you're Google
These are local.
and you have all this information,
It says no data collected on the Play Store. I don't know what that means, but
and no data collected, it's a crazy line from Google.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But
I don't know
if
what that
zero people use the Apple Journal app, but they still had to make it, then maybe they just don't care. You know what I mean? We basically finished up with the software on the phone.
You didn't make music with Google Recorder.
Oh, I forgot about this.
I still don't. We were trying to figure this out.
They said that a lot of people like to do karaoke with the Google Recorder, or at least sing into the Google Recorder. And I think you were talking about the feature parity. Remember how the iPhone did studio quality mics, and they made it so that you could do the studio mic, which made it in a different setting, and it gave it the reverb and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Maybe this is that, but effectively what this is in the Google Recorder app, which, by the way, Google Recorder app is really, really good. It's always been really, really good.
Yeah.
You can now sing into it, and then you can generate music of different genres that will go along with your song.
My problem with that is that's not karaoke. Unless, you're either singing a song that exists already and Google's generating different music to it, which makes no sense to me. Or you're writing lyrics and singing it in a cadence and like a tone, but you haven't made music for it yet. And now Google, I don't see where
I have a
this
counterpoint.
works.
Pixel Studio app, the AI image generation app.
But that was
What do
also
you mean?
pointless.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
That's my counterpoint.
Yeah, I
It
was gonna
doesn't
say-
need to make sense.
Yeah,
I just don't
this
really
is
get this one.
This is, I'm with you. This was a tech demo that I was like, I don't get why anyone would do
Yeah.
that. I truly have no idea why anyone would do that.
Yeah.
But you can auto-generate music.
I
in the
think it's
background.
also, I think, just a way for Google to show that they have music generation. That here's another thing that they can do with their AI. Like they can do video generation with VO3, they can do image generation, they can do text generation, and now they can also do music generation.
Yeah.
I think that's all it is.
Generation.
yeah, you're right.
It's like a tech demo.
There's also a watch and buds.
Yes.
So Pixel Watch 4 is once again a slight improvement in many dimensions to the Pixel Watches that came before it.
Physically as well.
Slightly longer battery life, slightly faster charging, both of which are great for a smartwatch. And the display is slightly bigger with slightly smaller bezels, but also it's even more exaggerated in how domed it is.
Yeah.
That's the thing that struck me when I was playing with it. It just looks like a bubble,
Yeah.
like more than ever now.
Yeah.
What are those like compasses that you have on top of
Like the hand compass.
There's lots of ones that are kind of like bubbled up on top of like maybe like a Swiss Army, like an army knife, or like one of those like the containers that have like matches like a survival container, and it has it looks like that, where like the screen is domed also, and
Yes.
it is
Right.
it's very noticeable.
The display, it's not even just because I think people understand like that the glass is curved. Like that's been true for a while. I mean, like the display under the glass is also curved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when you picture this, like you can look at it from all these angles, and it's like a bubble screen. It almost looks like the surface tension of like you fill a glass all the way up with water, and then like it's like bubbling over the top. Like it looks like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful watch. It is also doing the Material 3 expressive thing. It has a new dock, so the charger is on the side now instead of on the back. on the back of the watch.
Yeah.
So you pop it on the side, and then obviously the display lights up and it charges faster.
Which is actually kind of cool, and I'm interested to see what kind of docks they make for this, either first party or third party, because there are a few different things it can do while it's charging. It can either show just the clock, it can show the battery percentage, it can show your next upcoming alarm, it can show the weather. So there's a few different... You can basically use it as a clock that's just on your bedside table.
Yeah.
What's it called on the iPhone where it's docked landscape and
standby mode.
Standby mode?
Yeah, standby mode's awesome.
This is that for the watch, and like
Basically,
if it's my nightstand, which is directly in front of my face if I'm laying in the bed, it doesn't need to be that big. A watch is perfect there, and it's a Pixel watch, so you probably have to charge it every single night.
Apparently the battery is 40 hours
for the
big one.
I thought that was very fun.
It's like a true day and a half now. It was like a little over a day before, and now 40 hours is like a real day.
What good is a day and a half? What good is a half a day?
It just means that the brief time, it's really just about fast charging. Honestly, I don't actually care how long the battery lasts if it charges really fast. So if I have like a bit of time, as long as it lasts more than a day, and I can like shower and charge it, and I can like have a meal and charge it, or every once in a while just pop it on the charger and it'll go right back to 100%, I'm happy.
Yeah.
So I think that's the more important stat to me.
Yeah. It says it does 0 to 50 in 15 minutes.
Which is great.
Yeah.
That's really fast.
Yeah, that's quite fast.
Yeah.
They now have the Raise to Talk to Gemini feature. So, unfortunately, there are no Gemini Nano models on the watch. It does use the big models in the cloud, but it recognizes when you bring it up, when you tilt it and bring it up to your face, and then it recognizes if you talk to it and ask it a prompt, and it'll relay that to your phone, and that'll relay that to the cloud, and that'll relay that back to your phone, and that'll relay that back to you. It's faster than it sounds, but it is kind of interesting and kind of like works into Google's whole like Gemini's everywhere thing, because now you can talk to Gemini directly on your phone, or directly on your watch, or directly on your, I don't know, Pixelbook, or something. It's everywhere. I don't know how they're going to identify which Gemini-enabled device you're talking to when you're in a home that has like 500 Gemini-enabled devices.
I hate like saying the word in my living room and just hearing my kitchen all the way in the background being like, I can't answer that right now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be in the car too, according to that video.
Oh yeah, they have Gemini. Yeah, they now have Gemini in Android Auto or Google
Automotive,
Gemini for Google Cars,
car Google Play,
Google Drive.
Google Drive. We're gonna call it that from now.
Should have been called that.
Yeah. Also, something we didn't mention on the phones that is also on the watch, which is quite cool, is SOS satellite communications. The phone now has satellite access, but not just for the SOS stuff. So, throwback to the iPhone 14.
What phone?
14. I think it was iPhone 14.
Where you could like hold it up and have a little UI on the screen.
Yeah, which I've used in national parks and it actually does work quite well.
That's good.
And Apple's whole like, if you do not buy this phone, you're going to die campaign. Now Google has a phone that you will not die if you use, which is cool. And there are certain services like T-Mobile today announced that they have a constellation of Starlinks that's 650 Starlinks, which, by the way, we talked about this in our space race episode about how like all the satellites that are getting launched into space. Now there is a dedicated T-Mobile constellation just for this, which is
Are we gonna have new zodiac signs?
Yeah, the T-Mobile zodiac.
T-Mobile.
What's your sign? I'm T-Mobile. I'm Google Fi. Well, that's such a Google Fi thing to
That's
say.
such an AT&T thing. Wow, that's.
Yes. But now the watch can actually communicate with the satellite too, and I would like to see that in action, because you have to bring your sort of wrist up and target it at a satellite that's in low Earth orbit.
I was told that there's a UI for it.
There is a UI.
I'm sure it's very clever. I haven't actually seen it in action, but
yeah,
I'll give that a shot.
And then they also added their personal health coach in Fitbit, which again is a parallel to the fitness coach they added in the Apple Watch that nobody wants.
Yeah.
So
this is Stephen Curry. No, I know it's. What did he say?
The ad was from Steph, where like Steph's working with Google now, and his idea was like, I've had coaches my whole life. I think everyone should have a coach, so I decided to help you guys bring it to everyone.
Rick, how'd you get Steph? Jimmy, we're worth $1 trillion.
It was easy.
Too many famous people.
Yeah.
Well, before we go, Mariah, you're on a Pixel Watch 1.
Oh.
Are you gonna upgrade?
No. I've considered my options. I've seen the updates, and I think I'm good.
Really?
I think I'm good.
But it's so much faster to charge.
It's true. It's true. And you know,
domed.
the Google Assistant doesn't really work on my existing Pixel Watch, and I don't know if it'll work on any of the other watches, so I'm not
Well, it's
super
Gemini.
optimistic.
It's Gemini.
Oh, it's true.
It's true.
It's true.
You are always talking about how much you want Gemini.
You know me so much. You know me so well.
Small bezels.
Yeah.
You should try it.
New charger.
Mariah
I'll try
is a
it.
good consumer.
Yeah.
She doesn't buy new things just because they're
What,
new.
do you want to try it, Alice?
None of these things work. None of these things work. I talk to my friends all day about this. Like my friends who use Cursor, it doesn't work. AI Overview doesn't work. I constantly get wrong stuff from all the chatbots. None of them work. Why do they keep doing it?
Think of the shareholders.
Oh, God, the shareholders.
Have you thought of the shareholders?
You're right.
They might have to sell their
How are they
20th
going to afford
home.
Jimmy Fallon next year?
Yeah. Pixel Buds 2A.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's one more piece of hardware, and it's new Pixel Buds 2A. They have ANC now.